With a brand new set comes a brand new budget deck that you can use to win games on the PTCGO ladder. Welcome everyone to the new Lost Origin format and the new best single prize attacker that I think is floating around. There are several. There are several single prize attackers that are really good out of this set. Cremorant, Sableye, all these types of things. But I am in love with Clefairy. This card is really, really strong. Moon Watching Party is what makes it super fun to play. What we do is we put our Clefairies into our active position and then use Moon Watching Party. That means we can search our deck for a Psychic Energy and attach it to every Clefairy that we have on our bench. That means that theoretically you can attach 3 energy 4 times in a turn, which is very, very strong. We can then combine that with a very solid attack, Wonder Storm for 3 colorless energy. It does 20 damage times the amount of Psychic Energy attached to all of your Pokemon. Now you can see how this will very quickly add up to some pretty large numbers, and Clefairy will be 2-shotting, if not 1-shotting, VMAX and V-Star Pokemon very, very quickly. In order to facilitate that, though, we need to run 14 basic Psychic Energies. We need a ton of them, and that means your hand's going to be full of them quite a lot. We want them in the deck, not our hand, not the discard pile. So we're going to play big copies of Ordinary Rod. We have 3 copies of that. We have 2 copies of Energy Recycler. There's a lot of ways to get energy back, Training Court, that kind of stuff. We want to get those energies back into the deck or attaching them from our hand. We also want to get as many Clefairies out as possible, so we're going to play Battle VIP Pass in a 4 count. We're going to play Fog Crystal, which will allow us to search for a Psychic Pokemon or a Psychic Energy. Really, really good. We've got 2 Hisuian Heavy Balls in the deck to make sure that we've always got access to our Clefairies as well as our regular search options. The other cards that are important to note in this deck are our switch options. We've got plenty of them, Bird Keeper being one, where we can retreat our Pokemon from the active for free and then draw 3 cards, which is very, very good. We've got Air Balloon as well as Escape Rope, which are classic switch mechanics. Air Balloon, 2 less retreat, Escape Rope, you switch, your opponent switches. But we also have Switch Cart, which in this deck is strictly better than Switch, apart from the fact that there's not a gold version of it. But essentially, it's just Switch, but you heal some damage. But you never got damage on you anyway because you've got 60 HP, so it doesn't matter. The thing that makes this deck really, really good, though, is not the Clefairy. The Clefairy are cool. You'll attack with them all game, you'll get some little hits on Pokemon, you'll half-hit stuff, you'll take some prizes. The best bit is when you get to use Wyrdeer V at the end of the game to take a massive one-shot. Frontier Road is the ability on Wyrdeer V, and it might remind you of a couple of old-school Pokemon from back in the day. When they move into the active, they put all of the energy in the field onto them. So Frontier Road, when this Pokemon moves from the bench to the active, you may move any amount of energy from your other Pokemon to it. And then Psy Shield Bash is the attack we're going to try and use to finish off the game. 3 colorless energy. It does 40 damage times the amount of energy attached to this Pokemon. If you've got a bunch of energy in play because of your Clefairies, then this Wyrdeer will be one-shotting VMAX Pokemon before you know it. I think this deck is a lot of fun. I think it's really, really good, especially if you're brand new to the game and you're looking for something relatively cheap that can get you across the line. These Clefairies are going to cost you absolutely nothing. What I'd recommend is you pick them up, play them. If you want to get the list, it's down in the description. Otherwise, let's jump across onto the ladder and see if we can't get some wins with Clefairy. Have a nice little party. Game time. We've got an average starting hand. I'm not going to lie to you. It's not a great one, but we've got something. Manaphy in the active and Wyrdeer in our hand. Plus, we're playing up against Calyrex, so hopefully we can show off that Wyrdeer attack and get some big knockouts here. Let's see what we can do off of these Fog Crystals. We'll play one here and grab ourselves that Mew. Mew was obviously a very good card, and hopefully it can help us find access to VIP Battle Pass. Not one just yet. Let's just play Fog Crystal. Grab a Clefairy. We've got Greninja in the deck still, so that's all good. We're going to play the Clefairy down here. And then I think we're probably fine to just Mysterious Tail. Didn't hit the VIP, which is disappointing, but that's okay. We've got the Quick Ball instead. And this will just mean that we can grab a couple of Clefairies here. Is there a world, actually, where we knock out a Sobble this turn? We can get a Radiant Greninja and a Clefairy. I don't know, maybe. Let's just concealed cards. We'll see what we get. We'll see what we get. Double quick ball? Maybe. Maybe there's a world where it happens. Let's quick ball. We're going to get rid of the Switch Cart. Don't think we need that. We can grab a Clefairy here. We can throw that onto the bench. And then we can also... Oh, I don't really want the Wyrdeer to go into the bin. We don't necessarily need it. We don't necessarily need to worry about anything here. I think we just pass. We can knock the Mew out. We've got the Radiant Greninja for next turn. I think this is okay. Not a very explosive start. You definitely have some very strong starts with Clefairy when everything goes right, but that's okay. We'll just pass here, and hopefully it all works out for the best. Next turn, we'll try and get a knockout on that Sobble. How does that sound? Also, holding on to the Psychic Energy because we want to be able to use Greninja. Greninja is going to be quite important for us. We don't want to not draw cards. We need to draw some cards at some point, so very, very nice. Also, thank you very much, everyone, for subscribing, liking, doing all that kind of stuff if you have already. If you haven't, it's just down below. It'll take you 2 seconds, and if you're watching still, it means you're probably enjoying the stuff, so thank you very much. Also, if you want to have a chat with me, jump on to Twitter and follow me at the Sableyes. That would be great. We've just recently had a big long conversation about Pokemon TCG Live, which I actually downloaded the beta of mid last week, and to be honest, I think it's relatively good. I don't think that it's terrible. I think that the negatives about it are being quite heavily, what's the word that I'm talking about? What's the thing that I'm saying? They're being quite heavily overstated, frankly. I don't think that it's that bad of a client. So we'll have a chat about that later on, though. Let's just play this Clefairy deck correctly first. Concealed cards will discard an energy. That means we can... Oh, good grief. Okay, well, let's... I think we Moonwatching Party, I think we still use the Recycler, and then I think it's going to have to be a Marnie moment here to get rid of this big hand. Let's Escape Rope, put a Clefairy in the active. We can Moonwatching Party again, grab ourselves some more energy onto those Clefairies, and then supporter time. Let's play the Recycler, just get those energies back in the deck, because we will need them, and then I think we just Marnie. That's going to be fine. Don't like the idea of 2 researchers being on the bottom of the deck, but that's okay. I can live without them for now. And look at that. We've actually got the Switch Cart. We've got the energy attachment from hand if we want to. We're going to Switch Cart into the Clefairy. We will attach and Moonwatching Party. And this is going to take a nice big knockout on this Drizzile. We'll take a prize here. Hopefully, we've bricked our opponent to a point, and they don't have access to a huge amount of cards. That would be great. If not, whatever. It's not a big deal. 140 damage, we'll take a prize, energy card is fine, we have Bird Keeper, we have access to Greninja next turn, we are looking alright. The big issue that we're going to have is that we want to get Clefairies into play, and we will lose one next turn. So, Ordinary Rod in hand, being good. We will need to rectify this situation, but I think as long as we have enough energy in play to be able to attack into the VMAX for half damage, that would be great. Okay, how many energy do we have in there? Let's just go for the Ordinary Rod. We'll have 3 at least because the Clefairy got knocked out. Clefairy and Mew going back into the deck. We'll also put a couple of energy back as well. Then we are going to Concealed Cards. Hopefully find a Quick Ball so that we can get another Clefairy in play. We can't. That's okay. We'll Moonwatching Party here. And then we will Bird Keeper, I think, into this Clefairy. Finding a Quick Ball would be great, or just a Clefairy itself would also be fine. We'll Moonwatching Party, get some energies onto these Clefairies. We can attach as well. And I think we should be looking at a half hit here. Wonderstorm. 2 times 6, 8, 160. Nice damage. It's going to half hit that Calyrex, which I'm very happy about. And next turn, provided we can do that again, we should be able to take the knockout. The difficult bit's going to be coming when we need to use the Wyrdeer. Now, we know it's in the discard pile, so we will need to put it back in with the Ordinary Rod. But ultimately, we want to get that Wyrdeer out in play to knock out the next VMAX. And that might be difficult. We need 8 energy, I think. 8 times 4 is 320. That sounds about familiar. It's weird to me, knowing maths. I probably shouldn't know how to do this, but that's okay. We will need that amount of energy in play, and at the moment, we're only guaranteed to have 5. So, we've got to be careful. We do need 8 in play to half hit the VMAX as well. So, we'll keep that in mind as they attack here. Hopefully, they don't retreat and attack with that new Ice Rider on the bench. They have researched already, so they won't be able to Mellanie. That's good. We've got an attack here. Okay, so we'll see how we go. We're going to put the Clefairy into the active. We're going to concealed cards first, I think. Actually, no, we should Ordinary Rod, because we might draw into the Clefairy again. We want to do that. We want the Clefairy. Wyrdeer goes back into the deck as well. Clefairy, and then a couple of Energy. Energy. And put them back in the deck. And then we will concealed cards. We'll see what we can find. We didn't find a Clefairy. That's okay. It's fine. That's going to be fine. We'll attach to the active and then play Marnie. Hopefully we can find a Quick Ball here. That would be excellent. No Quick Ball, but a Clefairy. That's perfectly fine. That's perfectly acceptable. And we have access to Training Court now as well, which I like quite a lot. We'll put those cards there. And then we can switch cart into a new Clefairy and power up again. We only have one energy in the deck. That's okay. Well, we got 5, 4, 9. That's going to be a half hit. That's going to be a knockout. So we can take 3 prizes here with Wonderstorm. We can hold the Wyrdeer in our hand. Hopefully next turn we can get 8 energy in play. We've got 5 at the moment plus 1 in our hand. Hopefully we can find some way to put energy back into the deck. And Ordinary Rod is one of those cards. So I'm very happy about that prize. Okay. So now our opponent takes 1 prize this turn. It's the most they can do. Realistically, we can still win the game off of a half hit. So I can still win it that way. I don't necessarily want to try winning it off of a half hit. I would much rather go for the big Wyrdeer attack with Frontier Road. But you know, it might be that we just need to Wonderstorm twice. And that's definitely achievable. It's definitely achievable. It's not hard to do at all. As long as we can keep up the pace. What we've been going through here. Also keeping in mind, we have not unprized our 4th Clefairy yet, so we're still working with only 3 here. If we had 4, then this game would have been a lot easier to organise, but that's okay. It's fine so far. I'm going for the Mellanie, so we're guaranteed to keep our hand, which is good. Mellanie into the active. They'll have a bunch of cards in hand, plus they'll have access to a knockout with their Ice Rider Calyrex. And those gold Ice Riders look very, very interesting, don't they? I'm not sure how I feel about the black cards, like the black and gold ones. I like them. I think some of them look good. I think others are a little bit gaudy. Ice Rider's not too bad, though. I will say that much. Ice Rider isn't too bad. All right. We'll just wait and see what our opponent can finish off here. Got a Level Ball, probably go for a Drizzile or a Bidoof. Bidoof's perfectly fine as well. And then we'll just get knocked out, I'm sure. We go for a Quick Ball, just thinning out, playing as many cards as possible. Yeah, okay, no worries. Just go on, just go on. Also, do I need a haircut? It looks like I'm wearing a toupee. No. Just there. Every now and then I catch myself and I see in the corner, I'm like, oh my god. Your hair's horrible, but that's fine. It is all stuck in. Or at least the glue's very good. What is going on? Why am I saying this stuff? Anyway, let's move on. Shady Dealings coming down here. They're going to search for a trainer card. Just sitting here waiting for them to say Ride of the High King so I can be knocked out and see if we can get this Wyrdeer attack off. Let's just think about the logistics of this, though. What are we going to need? We're going to need an extra 3 energy in play. We've got 5 at the moment. We're going to need an extra 3, so we can do that with an Ordinary Rod and an attachment. The thing that we are going to need, though, is a switch out. So we will need to switch from the active to the bench to get that Wyrdeer into the active. So hopefully it all works out for us. Worst case scenario, we have the Clefairy in the active, and top decking that research is incredibly important. Let's do both here. We'll grab a Clefairy. We'll shuffle that back into the deck and then shuffle a couple of energies as well. 6 energies in the discard pile is a lot. Then we can go for the Fog Crystal. We'll play the Clefairy down onto the bench. That guarantees that we have the correct amount of energy. So we've got the 2 energy from the Ordinary Rod plus the attachment in hand. Should be enough for 7. We can concealed cards here since we have Training Court. Energy Recycler is also pretty solid. Although, to be fair, we probably didn't need to play that now that I've played it. That's okay. We probably just need the Switch card, but that's fine. Now I've just diluted our chances of getting it, but that's fine. So no, it's not a problem. Not a problem. Let's grab an energy back with Training Court. We'll throw down the Wyrdeer, we'll attach, and then we will go for a research. Just a quick little thin here. We've got 3 outs. I think we were almost guaranteed to get it if I didn't put all those energies back in. We've already used the ability. Let's research. All we need is one switch option, and we managed to find it. Beautiful stuff here. I think we have enough. Let's just double check. I think so. We'll move all 7 of these energies onto the active Wyrdeer, and that should be 320 damage. A Psy Shield Bash here for the knockout. You can see just how powerful this deck can be if it gets working. And remember, we didn't even have all 4 of our Clefairies. See if we can't get another game here. I'm going to try and get a really busted turn 2. So I've elected to go second here. Our opponent's playing like a Charizard deck. I really want to set up like a huge turn 2. And to be brutally honest, I don't know that this hand is going to be able to do it. At least we have access to Escape Rope, and hopefully Mew isn't prized. Although if Mew is prized, we can Heavy Ball for it anyway, so that's perfectly fine. Our opponent has a energy on the Charizard, the super secret special fire energy. Very exciting stuff, gives you extra hit points from memory. And now it is our turn, so let's see if we can't get a massive turn here. Any of our Pokemon prized? They are not. Let's go for a Fog Crystal. We're going to grab ourselves the Mew, as I mentioned before, probably very good. We need to be able to find access to our VIP Battle Passes. We've got a Clefairy or 2, which means that we can Moon Watching Party for an energy. May as well do that whilst we can. Then we Escape Rope. We'll throw that Mew into the active and see if we can't get a really big turn here. VIP Battle Pass is a big turn. Okay, cool. Let's go. VIP Battle Pass now. We'll grab a Clefairy and a Radiant Greninja. We'll be able to play the Greninja for concealed cards here. See what we can get. A research. Okay, we are onto a big turn here. Let's go for an attachment to the Clefairy, and then we'll shuffle the energy in with Ordinary Rod, and then research. We may as well do that. What we need is a couple of switch outs, if we can find them. A couple of switch outs have been found. We also get the 4th Clefairy in play. The big turn is happening, people. The big turn is going to happen here. Let's retreat. We're going to Clefairy, Moon Watching Party. We'll attach 3 energy, from our deck to the field. Let's go for the Switch Cart. We'll go into just another Clefairy. Let's go into this one. This one over here seems like a pretty good one. We'll Moon Watching Party again. Power up another 3 energy. Okay. How is this? 7? We got 7. 7 in play. Then we'll go into our attacking Clefairy here. We'll Moon Watching Party again. We'll get an extra couple. So I think that's 9, maybe 10 do we have? It's 10. 200 damage? Turn 1? 200 damage on turn 1. That's what just happened. That was 200 damage on turn 1. With a Clefairy. 200 damage on turn 1. Okay, well now I don't know what to do. Now I don't know what to do. What am I going to do here? Yo-Yo Shedinja has Marnied us. Hopefully we draw into some decent cards. Those aren't decent. They are anything but decent. But I will say this much. If they don't knock out our active Clefairy, we are in a little bit of trouble. They're going to go for a Crobat here, you'd imagine. Draw up to 6 cards, or just concede. Now I need to make a decision about whether I keep this in. I did 200 turn 1. I have to keep it, right? I'm going to keep it in. I kept it in. It was good. I did 200 damage. You can't blame me. Plus, I have to show you the fact that Clefairy is actually an incredibly potent attacker. So you want to have 4 copies of that card in your collection, even if only to have a little bit of fun. Thank you very much, everyone, for sticking with me today. Sorry that I've not been quite as active on YouTube. Like I said in my last video, just posting decks that I think are fun when they come about. So hopefully you've enjoyed this one. If you did, then please leave a like. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you're still watching, then you probably like the stuff. And also, if you would like to become a member, get your name up on the screen over here, then you can do that. Down below is a little bit of a button. You can click that join button and then become a member for $3 a month if you're interested. If I get enough of them, I can quit my job and do something like this all the time and actually make videos all the time and burn out from videos and hate Pokemon. Don't do that. Actually, I don't know. I'm going to end this before I incriminate myself further. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. And if you want to see more really cool budget decks, over here, Regigigas, pretty good. You should click this. I should really update this one. We've got new cards for Regis now. You should probably watch this, though, just so you know. Alright? Give it a click. There's nothing stopping you.